Hello there. Today I want to talk about navigating the modern job market as a midlife professional. That's a big fear. A lot of people that come to me don't feel like they're ready to navigate the modern job market. They don't feel like they au fait with the technology systems, and it feels unfamiliar and challenging for them. Obviously, with the rise of digital applications and networking, you may feel disconnected from effective job search strategies. So, where do we start in this world of emerging and ever-changing technology? A world that for some of us can feel so unfamiliar, so overwhelming, and such a pain to deal with, right? So where do we start? Okay, first tip, update your digital presence. So I tell people that they need to have a digital presence if you're wanting to change careers, if you're wanting great business opportunities. And obviously the place to do that is LinkedIn. That is the professional networking site. LinkedIn is very good at keeping your profile sharp and succinct. So it gives you only a certain amount of characters for each section. And I think that that's brilliant. I'm a copywriter and I understand that we need to get people's attention quickly and effectively. And so I think that LinkedIn is a great place for you to update your digital presence because it keeps you, it structures you, it restricts you, and forces you to be succinct. And that's what you need to do when you're trying to get the attention of busy hiring people. So make sure that your LinkedIn presence is up to date, that it's sharp, that it's succinct, and that it's compelling. Also learn about new recruitment tools. So application tracking systems these days are your first gatekeeper, right? When you hit apply on any job portal, 95% of the time your application is going to land in an application tracking system within the company, either the recruitment company or the hiring company, but it's going to land somewhere in an ATS, application tracking system. So you need to understand that because that is your first gatekeeper, you have got to keep your application simple, aligned to how that gatekeeper assesses your application so that it can then be passed on to the appropriate human eyes that is going to have a look at that application. If you don't pass the ATS, your application is either going to land in front of human eyes with information very distorted. Now, put yourself in the place of a busy hiring person. Do you think they're going to want to decipher your distorted information? Here's some of the things that can distort information for an ATS. Pictures, icons, graphics, too many lines, tables. All of these things can cause problems and distort information. Imagine your information gets in front of human eyes, it's distorted. They are getting hundreds of applications for one role. Do you think a recruiter or a hiring person is going to take the time to try to decipher your distorted information? No, they're not. They're just simply going to set that resume aside. So make sure you pass those recruitment tools, the ATS, with applications that are simple, that are compelling, and that pass the ATS and make it easy for the person reading it. Enhance your interview skills. Now, how do you do that? Simple, old saying that my grandmother used to say to me when I was a child, when I used to complain about learning and all of these things, practice makes perfect. It's a cliche, but it's a true cliche, and it applies very much to interviews. I've seen people who practice consistently, whether it's virtual interviews or face-to-face interviews. They go through questions, they practice, speak a lot more confidently. Now, some people are naturally confident. They turn up for an interview. I hired for many years in corporate. I conducted hundreds, if not thousands of interviews. And I often noticed that even the people who have a natural confidence, if they haven't practiced their interviews, you can see it almost immediately. You see them unravel, especially when you throw them a curveball question. They haven't practiced enough examples to be able to answer questions. They haven't built their little repertoire of examples that can support their answers. And so when you ask them a question, they answer it quickly, and then you say, can you give me an example of how you applied that, or how you did that, or how you achieved that? They stumble. So practice makes perfect. Develop great interview skills. Enhance your interview skills with consistent and robust practice. Stay informed on industry trends. There are many workshops, seminars, webinars on what's happening in various industries. And if you stay abreast with that and you get familiar with what's important in certain trends, for example, currently in technology, data analytics and AI are charging ahead. Super important. Lots of companies looking for people with those skills. You stay abreast of what's important in your industry or in the industry that you potentially want to transfer to, and you are going to put yourself ahead of the game. It's really, really important to navigate the modern job market as a midlife professional. And even if you sort of have been stuck in the same job for 20 years and things are changing, or maybe your company's going through a restructure and you're getting the feel that you might need to make changes, while you're still in your current job, start applying some of these tactics that I've just suggested. Update your digital presence, right? Make sure your LinkedIn is strong, inviting, compelling, sharp, and succinct. Learn about the new recruitment tools, particularly how to pass that first gatekeeper, the ATS, the application tracking system. You must pass that system first before you even get a look in with the hiring person or the recruiter. Enhance your interview skills. Practice makes perfect, like my grandma used to say. So practice, practice, practice. I can't say it enough. And stay informed on industry trends. There's a wealth of information. Even if you follow certain leading voices on LinkedIn, you're going to get some ideas of what's important in the industry that you might be interested in. Almost all companies have a business page on LinkedIn. So if you want to see what's going on at Microsoft, for example, if you want to see what AWS is doing, or you want to see what your leading bank in your country is doing, go and look at their pages on LinkedIn, because they post, they update, they share information. And that is one way for you to stay ahead of the game. Step confidently into the modern job market. And if you feel you need some support and guidance, feel free to book a 15-minute chat with me. The link to my website is in the description. I look forward to guiding you, helping you, and shedding some light, if that's what you need, to move forward in your career as a midlife professional.